Assalamu alaikum, this is SaqibSaab and these are my Ramadan Chronicles for 2011, day 28. Okay, you can go, go, go. For day 28, besides the fact that my niece, who just ran away, has no time for me, she's mashallah, she's always on the move, and I don't think she has time for one of my lame chronicles here. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always allow her to go wherever it is that she wants to go in life. But as you can see, I'm back here in Chicago, in the area because of the end of Ramadan, for Eid to spend with family, and for my son's surgery, which I mentioned in a previous video. Please keep me in your du'as, inshallah. But for today, I wanted to talk about a donut detox. The reason why I wanted to mention this happens to do with the fact that sometime in the past week, I had an insane craving for donuts. Now, I could easily have just gone to Dunkin' Donuts after work, picked up a couple, went home, and then for iftar, ate a donut. But lately, I've been trying to avoid fast food and kind of like processed foods and stuff. And I've been really trying to make stuff at home. Or if I can't make it at home, try to find a place where it's like the best quality. That way, you're avoiding like anything that's like bad in the food that you don't know where it's coming from. You know the ingredients are fresh. And if you make it at home, you know exactly what's going into the recipe, right? And donuts are fried foods. Yes, I understand that. I'm all for frying foods, at least if you do it at home, right? Fried chicken, like fried like crab rangoons and stuff like that. When you make it on your own, you know the ingredients, you control the oil type, you make sure that the fried food doesn't sit in its oil, you can like drain it properly, all that good stuff. So when it came to donuts, I didn't want to just settle for, the typical donut options that are out there. So I was looking online in Michigan. What are some like traditional donut shops, mom and pop owned type of places, non-chain, where they make really good donuts, like really good ratings on Yelp.com, really like traditional 19 like 40s or 50s like diner type of places. And I found a couple, and I hadn't had a chance to go fulfill my craving. And now I had to come back to Chicago and, without my craving fulfilled. And I thought, well, no big deal, inshallah, couple days down the line, maybe I'll be able to like make the dough for the donuts and make the homemade donut recipe, right? And check these pictures out. This is what I've been craving. A beautiful, deep down inside, chewy, doughy, yeasty interior with the perfectly, just barely crusted exterior, all covered in an amazing glaze that's not too sweet and not too rich, all of which is just so perfectly golden brown and delicious. Allahu Akbar. Now, I know people get freaked out when it involves frying and fried foods, but honestly, my opinion on fried foods is if you make it at home, it's so much better than eating outside. Outside, it's cheap to buy and it's cheap in terms of like the ingredients. At home, it's more difficult to make, and it can be cheap too, cheaper, but maybe not as cheap or something. But you're not going to make it as much and as often because it requires more effort. So you end up just eating healthier altogether. But anyway, the point is, I came to Chicago without the donut craving fulfilled. Last night I went to Qiyam. It's a Qiyam that was run by Islamic Learning Foundation. It's a division of ICNA, Islamic Circle of North America, and it was really nice. It was a Qiyam for like brothers, and they tried to orient it towards knowledge seekers. And they teach classes, and some of the teachers were the ones who spoke. Right, here's a picture. It's in the basement. They had like the youth come down, and they were having like the different instructors give different talks. They were covering a certain dua. Inshallah, I'll put a link for it. But I didn't get any sleep beforehand. Usually I like to sleep like an hour or two, sometimes more if I'm not able to wake up, before a Qiyam program. That way, when I get there, I'm fresh and I'm not like dependent on coffee or caffeine, which I've been trying to avoid all month. But this time I didn't get any sleep before the Qiyam. So I stopped by a donut shop, which I won't mention the name of, and decided to get a medium latte, right? And for my cousin who's watching this, and I told him avoiding caffeine all month, I'm sorry, but I had no choice, right? He's gonna get mad at me because he used to offer chai to me during the month during iftars, and I always said no, and now he's gonna have a reason to hold against me. But inshallah, I'll drink your chai soon. Anyway, I went to get my coffee, my latte. I got a medium size so I can have a nice, large amount to drink throughout the night. And as I'm about to pay for it, I thought, hey, I'm at a donut shop. Let me just get a donut. Yeah, it's like not the best donut. It's not homemade, but I can fulfill that craving I had. So I said, hey, can I get one donut as well? He's like, what kind? Original glaze. That's what I want. So he gave me the donut. It was pretty cheap. I got it and I drove off and I was happy. When I got to the masjid program, drinking my latte, alhamdulillah, and then I pull out the donut. I thought, man, this is it. I'm going to take a bite of this. It's going to really hit that craving and I'm going to have it fulfilled. Inshallah, I'll be good to go. Let me show you how far I got, right? Here's the bag. Shouldn't show where it's from. This is my donut, right? And it's like stuck now to this wax paper. Just put it away. I didn't get very far. Probably because it was old. It was probably fried at like 4:30 a.m. and I had eaten it like 20 some hours later at 12:30 a.m. Probably because it's not the type of donut I was craving and I'm some sort of food snob now. Probably because it wasn't really all that good, right? There's all these possibilities. But I had a reflection thinking that, you know what? I've been avoiding this type of food for so long that when I finally came back to it, I wasn't able to really eat it. Like I ate half of it. I enjoyed it. Alhamdulillah, I'm able to easily walk into some place, buy whatever I want to eat, and just eat it. But I didn't have that enjoyment that I was looking for, right? Where I can get like a really, really good pastry and eat it and enjoy it. It wasn't like digestible for me. Or maybe I digested it, but I didn't enjoy what I was eating. I thought in terms of Ramadan, right, we're abstaining from certain sins. We're not eating. We're not eating, yeah. We're not doing certain things that are like bad habits, like evil actions for a whole month. Such that if after a month or after this month you come back to it, you're not really able to do it again. Because for 30 days, you were avoiding it. You were obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You were tasting, right, all puns intended, you were tasting the sweetness of iman and faith. Such that if after the month, shaitan tries to come back, says, hey, here's that delicious fried sin that you used to be involved in, and you try it, inshallah you don't try it, but you see it and you get exposed to it, you can't even think about doing it again. And that's one of the amazing things about Ramadan, is there's this detoxification of sins. For 30 days, either you consciously try to avoid a sin, or you're just too busy during the month to even try to do it. Or you're just in the circumstances, the environments where you're unable to do the sin. So that by the time the month is done, by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're not able to commit that sin ever again. And that's something that I reflected on upon trying to eat a donut. MashaAllah, right? That's the barakah of the donuts, I guess, during Ramadan. The point is this, that, you know what, for 30 days, if you're avoiding a certain sin, right? I know I am. There's certain things that I'm not doing that I do outside the month. And now I can see to myself that, you know, I'm able to do okay without it. But maybe when I go back after a month, I'll think, man, how can I do this? A'udhu billah. You know, I just came out of Ramadan, man. I didn't do it for 30 days. I was fasting. How can I go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doing a sin that I gave up? And a lot of people, they go through certain things like listening to really bad music, like smoking, maybe like, you know, just a personal sin that you don't really like want to mention to others. For 30 days, you're avoiding it. Now that the month is about to finish and we're going to go on, inshallah, like if that sin comes back, it's gonna be like that donut for me. You just can't even eat it, man. So that's my reflection I had from a donut. Inshallah, I hope that I can continue on this spiritual reflection, but I also hope I can continue on this culinary reflection, that I can one day have some good homemade donuts or go to some like perfect donut shop. And now that I'm here in Chicago for 2 weeks, if I have time, maybe I'll like look up best donut in Chicago, right? There's supposed to be some really good shops around here. And I'll go there and eat it and fulfill the craving, inshallah, in a good and halal and tayyib way as well. So let me know what you guys think about this. If there's any cravings you've had for 30 days, you gave it up, and later you weren't able to eat it, or you know, anything reflection you had in terms of like the sinning aspect. And inshallah, I'll talk to you guys later. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.